Well, what is up, everybody? It's Steve here today. So we're gonna talk about this article right here, or this post, where apparently Nintendo is extremely crappy to their employees. Like, really, we have a worker who says Nintendo of America violated their right to organize and has filed a National Labor Relations Board complaint against them and a hiring firm. So Nintendo has largely avoided the industry labor scandals, but an investigation will follow soon. So the most you hear about Nintendo usually is like they do lawsuits to people who like pirate their games, or like not pirate, but who like sell ROMs, or people who like leak out information early. That's the most you really hear about Nintendo when it comes like to scandals and stuff like that. But apparently they're against people having unions as well. So you know this company. It's kind of weird too, because they make like the kid friendly games like Mario, Pokemon, and like Splatoon. All these different kid friendly games. You would think you think Nintendo would be an amazing place to work, because I don't know, it just seems so kid friendly, and they seem like, I don't know. I guess they just have that appeal, that look to it. So, but apparently this is a terrible place. Well, I wouldn't say a large scale terrible place to work, because we only heard like this one guy, or maybe like two instances from this situation right here, that the people need to form a union against how the practices they're doing there. Like, but this is more details about what happened here. It says the discharged employee who either tried to join or support a union cracked down on concerted labor activities, surveyed the employees. So they were definitely against this guy having to join a union, which is, that's like more companies need to, more people need to have joined unions, to be honest, especially all these different. So if you're going to work every day, you're not getting certain benefits, or if they're treating you mess up at your job, it's like more people need to be for unions. But so this is what was going on here. Yeah, an employee joined to support a union, a labor organization. So they kind of discouraged employees from joining unions, and also, so I guess they had a surveillance against this employee as well too. So definitely a little shady stuff going on Nintendo right here. Let's see. Then you had somebody else come out as well. So it wasn't just this one guy, but somebody else came out as well about their experience working at Nintendo of America. Working for a Nintendo contract for 3+ years was one of the most stressful and awful experiences of my life. Coworkers were great, but I was constantly under pressure of being let go of little things like going to the bathroom. Dude couldn't even go to the bathroom. Jeez. Like, it was super strict about people going to the bathroom. Like, what the hell? Or being stuck in traffic an extra 2 minutes before work. Yeah, so apparently they run a real strict ship at Nintendo. And it's kind of like, really? Why is it so strict at Nintendo, bro? You know, it's not like their games are, they're very high-end, graphically demanding games. It's not like they're blowing the mind in the graphics department. They really got to crunch their workers. It's like, why are they such a hard ass at Nintendo? Doesn't make any sense. But you got two different people. One person trying to find a union against Nintendo, and he was let go, or something happened there. And this other guy who said he had a terrible experience working for Nintendo for 3+ years. So are we going to see more stories against people saying stuff against Nintendo? Because you would never think that Nintendo has any crazy stuff or any situations like that happening at their company, because it's so like child friendly, I guess. I don't know. It has that appearance to it. So very interesting. It just shows you that none of these companies are really that nice or really that great to their employees, it seems like, which is kind of crazy, because how much money is Nintendo making right now? They're making so much money right now, but they can't treat their employees right. Like, that's kind of wild. So then again, there's only 2 people so far who have made some type of statement against Nintendo. So who knows how far this goes? Let's see. So somebody says, let me guess, they'll try to announce a direct shortly after this to try and make everyone forget about it. I'm just going to say it now. I find it kind of comical that the shady side of Nintendo is mostly the American branch. Meanwhile, the shady side of Sega is mostly the Japanese branch. They really are going to remain as opposites until the end of time, huh? I wouldn't necessarily doubt it, but considering this is one claim out of many people who have said that Nintendo is a great working environment, I wait until further evidence drops before jumping to conclusions like many people here are doing. Okay. Shame to hear. Really thought Nintendo was better than this. Here's hoping they reevaluate how they treat their employees and focus on treating them better. A workspace of well-treated employees leads to a better workplace and flow for all. I don't understand why most companies don't understand that, bro. It's like if somebody actually enjoys going to work, they're gonna work better, they're gonna work harder and care more about the company. But if you treat your employees like garbage, it's like who's gonna put 100% effort? You can treat like garbage at your workplace. So I don't know why most people don't understand this, but apparently this is still a thing right here. Violated their right to organize. I'm confused. Organize what exactly? They're stuck at their desks. So yeah, once again, they're talking about a former union. Let's see. I already decided that the Kirby and the Forgotten Land was the last Switch game I buy. Piracy from here on out, baby. Okay. So some people are about to sell the 7 Seas for Nintendo games, it seems like. It's not the Nintendo, it's our Nintendo. Okay. Yeah, I'm curious how this is gonna go. Like, this is kind of crazy. Nintendo, I'm still kind of shocked that this is Nintendo of all companies. Like they making so much money, they got to put like very little effort in. Their online service is pretty bare bones at that. It's like it's barely a service where you play online games, and you get an old NES and old games at that. So it's like, really, why can't they treat their employees better? They got to do the bare minimum to begin with. So. You wouldn't be thinking of releasing a direct sooner than expected to cover this up, would you? A lot of people have been saying that they might release like a direct or something to cover this bad publicity up or something. So, who knows? Can't wait to watch thousands of idiots burn their Switches as protests over this, despite already paying $300. Yeah, that's not gonna. If you burn your Switch, that's not gonna do anything. That's just like some what do you call that? Performative protest. It's not gonna do anything. But if you stop buying games and you do that sell the 7 Seas route, that's definitely gonna hurt their pockets. But it's kind of wild that this is Nintendo being called out for stuff like this. Can't wait for this, coincidentally, well-timed Nintendo Direct in the coming days. The fact that Nintendo is constantly avoiding scandals should be the first red flag that something is wrong. Man, you could say that. Or you could think that they're just like actually, like most people probably think they're just a good company to work at. So they're always doing everything in their power to avoid upsetting capital gamers. They like treat work conditions the same way they do technology conservative. Another reminder that companies aren't your friends. Workers in the game industry desperately need a union, and large companies like Nintendo stand against that, even if they try to be quiet about it. A new direct fire. It's funny how only thing you can think about is a direct coming. Direct dropping tomorrow, so all the nerds ignore this. High worker abuse allegations. Say hi to unions in your future, whether your corporate owners like it or not. One who doesn't respect his workers. Let's see. I love Nintendo games. If the workers who make their games it is their workers who make their games so great, and they deserve to be able to organize a union. Yeah. These are the people making your games, so I don't know why you would want to treat them well, who's making you all this money. Well, that's every company in general, to be honest. If the workers are making your company as great as it is, why don't you treat them right? Like, give them benefits, proper health care, proper wages, so they can actually have a livable wage. Like, why is it such a hard concept? I don't know why it's such a hard concept for these different companies who make ridiculous amounts of money, but they don't want to treat their employees right. It just makes no sense to me. Well, it does make sense. They want to make even more money than they already are, but it's just so scumbaggish in a way. Nintendo Direct this week is going to go dummy hard. nice, a direct is gonna get announced. So they are definitely on board with saying, "Hey, Nintendo's gonna try to cover this up by doing a Nintendo Direct over some type of trailers to make people forget about this. It was ever announced." So if they do, that's super scumbaggish. Because I'm that's super scumbaggish if they do that. I try to make this go soup this under the rug, but yeah, it's like treat your employees right, man. It's just like, especially at Nintendo, bro. Like, what are we doing here? Y'all don't gotta crunch your workers at all at Nintendo. The games aren't even like visually impressive. Most of the games don't even have voice acting. It's like, really? You really can't pay and treat their employees right at this company? Oh, I know we about to get an amazing Nintendo Direct. People in the replies trying to somewhat justify this as a new low for Nintendo fans. What? Nintendo's a bad company? Who would have known? This is coming from one claim that was vague on its description, but I wouldn't be surprised if it turns out to be a discovery of a bigger case. No game company is safe, not without unions and regulations. Nintendo attempting to sweep this under the rug. Who's Nintendo gonna announce for Smash to make people forget this? Yeah, I mean, that's kind of sad to say that they did release a new Smash character. People would just kind of forget this, to be honest, which is kind of sad. So I don't know. People saying sell the 7 Seas again. So who knows? This is a sad situation. You would think a company like this, they would treat their employees better, but I don't know. Again, there's only 2 people who came out against Nintendo, so I don't know. I guess we'll see more as the story unfolds, but kind of depressing. It's like, treat your employees great. You won't have these issues. It's like, wow. But definitely want to see your thoughts down below about this. Leave a like for this video. As always, thanks for watching, and peace.